Hi there folks, thanks for clicking onto my channel today. This is Cooking with Sasha China, and today I'm going to show you how I do kebabs. So we're going to do some lamb kebabs in pitta, so the chunks of it, and also for the vegetarian who's here, I'm going to do falafel kebabs as well. I've never made this today, so I got the packet today. So what we've got on the chopping board is obviously some lamb steaks, some tomatoes, lettuce, flat leaf parsley, pita breads and some wraps. The herbs, I've got salt, pepper, fennel seeds, paprika, cumin seeds, chili flakes, onion powder and some garlic powder. Oh, sorry, I just burped, excuse me. Alrighty, let's get cooking. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is pop your mixture into the bowl. Stop looking at me. Sorry, one of my friends just came in and tried to distract me. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pop your falafel mixture into a bowl. You're going to want to get 150 ml of cold water. You're going to pour that in and you're going to mix the mixture up. Once you've given it a nice mix up, leave it for 5 minutes to stand so it thickens up. Oh, one thing I forgot to say, preheat your oven. You want your oven to be on gas mark 6, as it says here, gas mark 6, either 200 Celsius or 180, oh wait, that makes no sense. Here, let me just show you. Can you see that? Wait, I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I've never made this before, so I'm following it because not vegetarians in this household, but one of my friends who's staying over, he is. So that's at a nice consistency now. It looks a little bit like, well, we all know what it looks like. So we're going to leave that to the side to stand now. And now what we're going to do is crack on with the lamb. Now usually I would have marinated these overnight so they would have had a nice flavour to them, but unfortunately, like I said from my video yesterday, we're flying out today on holiday, so I haven't had time to marinate these, so it's going to be a quick job. So what we're going to put on these today is a mixture of fennel seeds, chili flakes, cumin, paprika. You got your bog standard salt and pepper there as well. And we're also going to pop on some garlic granules and onion powder as well. Alrighty, so I'm going to crack on with that and then we'll come back when that's ready. Okay, so now we're going to marinate the lamb. So in go my garlic granules, my onion powder, that is currently stuck because as we all know, when we use our spices and we pour it over a hot pan that's got steam, it will solidify it, I guess that's the word. I'm going to pop in some paprika now. So you know me guys, I tend not to measure, it's all thrown in, dashes in, except for the chili pepper, because these guys, I don't think they'll appreciate the heat. Fennel seeds as well. And now the time for the salt and the pepper. Okay, so that's looking all nice and lovely. What we're going to do now is grab our lamb steaks, try and separate them. Put one there, one there. Now I'm going to get the other one, put that one there. And crikey, I need to throw that halfway across the kitchen then, in there. So pop them there. Careful not to get them mixed up with anything. Ouch. Now I'm just going to wash my hands. Okay, so now that is done, we're now going to put the seasoning on the top of the lamb as well, so it gets on the top and the bottom. Like I said, usually I would have done this overnight, and you know, but unfortunately I haven't had time. So it's going to be the same again. So we're going to do the fennel and everything on there. Let it sit for a bit. Spices on there. I'm not going to add cumin on the top because we've got quite a lot of cumin on the bottom, and that's quite a strong flavour as well as the fennel. So we're going to go again with the pepper. And we're going to leave the salt out because, again, like I said, there is a lot of salt nowadays in food already. Okay, so now you're just going to put that to one side, let that sit in there. Alrighty, so now we're going to get back to our falafel mix. You're going to want to get a baking tray. So as you can see here, it's really nicely solidified. Is that a word? I think so. Anyway, so now what you're meant to do is, in floured hands, make this into balls, and then you can put that in. Actually, one thing I didn't get beforehand was flour. Sorry about that, guys. Let me quickly just put in some flour, because then I suppose it'll help. So it's pretty much like this falafel cheat pre-mix thing that I bought is pretty much like stuffing, really, if you think about it. Now, I've never tried making it from scratch, but there we go. Okay, so now in floured hands, you're going to make them into balls. So we're just going to make them into little balls like that. My oven is still preheating. There we go. So little ones like that. And yes, I know it's pretty nasty with these nails. Usually I don't have my nails on and what have you. But there we go. So I'm going to do quite big ones because we're just going to have a light lunch, because obviously we're going to eat once we're at Heathrow, and then eat again when we're on the plane. Hey, I'm not complaining. You know me, guys. I love to eat food. So we're going to make these into individual balls as we're doing. I would stop the camera because obviously this is quite boring, but unfortunately I've got these on my hands, so I'm not going to bother editing it out because I can't do it. I don't know how to. But I hope you guys do enjoy my videos nevertheless. So this is quite a mucky job, so I would say next time I think I would go for the whole wearing gloves, etc. So I think I've got enough here now for a smaller ball, the smallest one. Yes, quite a small ball, really. And pop that on there. I'm now going to wash my hands. Okay, so now that that's done, you're going to pop these into the oven for 10 minutes. So these are going to go in the oven for 10 minutes now. Okay, so now that's done, we're now going to chop up our lamb steaks. Alrighty, I'm going to get that all ready and then come back. Okay, so now it's time to cut the meat. I just want to quickly tell you guys what I was doing while the camera was off. I got my lettuce leaves ready, so I did some whole leaf ones there and some shredded up lettuces there as well. Also did some tomatoes and obviously some fresh herbs to go with the kebabs. This one is actually the flat leaf parsley as well. So what we're going to do now is just basically, you're going to get the meat, just roll it around in the seasoning and spices. You're going to cut them into chunks like that, because obviously you're going to want them inside the kebabs. So I'm just going to cut these up like that. I know that some of you would probably season after you've cut them, but this way I just want to make sure that they're all covered up. So they're going to be roughly chunks about that big. I'm going to put them to the side there. That one needs cutting up. So what I'm going to do this. I'm going to pause the video because obviously there's only so much you can watch of somebody chopping. Alrighty, and we'll come back when that's ready. Okay, so what I've done now, I've actually chopped up the meat there. I've just checked on the falafels and they're looking great. So I've got my pan ready. I've been watching a lot of French cooking videos at the moment, so hence why I'm cooking with butter. I never used to cook with oil or butter or some sort of fat. I'd always naturally let it cook in its own fat, naturally. You know what I mean. Anyway, so let the pan come up to a nice simmer, because obviously, not simmered, we want the cubes of meat to be nicely coated with the butter. I've also put in the seasoning that was left over on the bottom of the pan before. So now, that's bubbling away nicely. Now we're going to add in the meat. Try not to touch it, so I've just washed my hands. We're going to add it in. Okay, so the meat is in now. We're just going to get that evenly spread out so they all get a nice bit of colour on them. Try and get the bigger pieces sorted. There we go. So, we've got our meat cooking away nicely. I just want to show you what the falafels look like. They've been in there about 8 minutes now. And they're looking really good. So just a couple more minutes in there and then they will be ready to come out. So they're cooking away nicely there. Obviously you want to do a couple of minutes on each side, but you've got to make sure that they're cooked on the inside. But really, I know that some people have lamb cooked, but they're actual lamb steaks, however you want on the inside. I usually have medium. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to just turn them over because they've got a nice brown colour on the outside. So I'm going to turn them over and I'll come back when that's ready. Okay, so I've turned the lamb over, so now it's going to have a nice browning on each side. I'm going to show you there. What I'm going to do now, I've turned the heat down a bit and I'm going to pop the lid on, only because that, you've just caught that, I don't know if you saw that. Woohoo! I'm going to pop the lid on, only so then we can make it a bit more succulent. I actually hate the M word. But yeah, so usually you could do this over a charcoal fire or barbecue or grill it, but pan frying it, give it a nice give it a nice browning colour, and then pop the lid on, makes it more succulent to eat. Alrighty, so I'm going to take the falafel out now because that has been in there for 10 minutes and we'll come back when that's ready. Okay, so the meat is now fully cooked. So I've turned that off and let that sit in the heat, and also the falafels are completely done. So now the pita and the wraps are just in the microwave heating up. I've got everything all chopped up and sorted here. I'm now getting ready to serve up. Okay, so I've plated everything up. So I've got my falafel there, that's already looking lovely. My lamb there, we've got the shredded lettuce, the fresh leaf parsley, the tomatoes and the whole leaf of lettuce, and our pita breads, and I've also added in some wraps. So thank you for watching my video today. This was Cooking with Sasha China, and this was how I do falafel kebabs and lamb kebabs. This is a light lunch. Alright guys, well thanks for watching my video today. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them down below and I'll get back to you. The next time you hear me, I will be in Thailand, so safe journeys everyone, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!